I saw this on TikTok and it just really bothered me because it bothers me whenever I see stuff like this, and it bothers me that people are so okay with just regularly doing it like it's okay. This guy was in his car on the street and he saw Jimmy Butler and he just heckled the shit out of him because he, I guess, messed up one of his parlays and he was calling him all sorts of names and insults and shit.
Man, fucking green apple looking at, stupid big ass Tim's on. Jimmy Butler, man, they don't give a fuck you in that city. Stupid looking ass, look at him. Mo praying looking ass.
And I'm like, are you dead ass? What makes you think it's okay to just go up just because he's an NBA player, or just because they do it to athletes all the time, no matter if it's basketball or football? Why am I gonna bet my personal money that I had to work for? Why am I going to bet that on the chance that you score a certain amount of points, a certain amount of touchdowns, passing yards, whatever it may be? Why am I going to bet my personal money on that, knowing that there's a good chance it's not going to hit? And then have the nerve to get mad at you for not doing that. My first experience with sports betting, I thought I was going to absolutely kill it. I'm like, bro, this is easy money. I know ball. I watch basketball. I know stats and I know tendencies. This is going to be light. I immediately lost, and I had one bet. It was like a 2-month span that I was doing this. I had one bet where I won big and I got cocky and I put like 2 bigger bets, and I haven't bet since then. But not once did I go, I hate this player or I hate this guy because he didn't get what he was projected to get and he lost me money. It doesn't make sense to do. It just doesn't. As a normal functional thinking person, that just doesn't make sense because I'm the one placing the bet. No one's telling me to place the bet. And I always say, and I've always told myself, that if I'm betting an amount that I'm going to be very upset or mad or just depleted after losing, I shouldn't be betting that amount. Yes, it's never fun to lose. You never want to bet and lose it, no matter if it's $1, $100, or 1,000. It's never fun. But there is an amount that you can bet and still be like, it's annoying, but I'll be all right. You know, it's not hitting my pockets that bad. I'll be okay. There are people out there who bet all of the money that they have, if not damn near all of it, and have the nerve to blame the fact that they made an irresponsible financial decision on the fact that, damn, he scored 28 points instead of 30. Does that make sense? And then the worst part about that is, now you go and find them in the street and you're calling them all sorts of bitches and all sorts of whatever he was calling them. But now if he does something or talk shit back to you, because when I saw this clip, he was recording from his point of view, and then I sound mad, but I'm not. I'm mad, but I'm not really that mad. But it got me talking. He flipped it to his point of view, and he was the size of the car. So not only are you just being an asshole, you're not self-aware, because now if Jimmy says something to him and insults him or makes a crack back at him, oh, now he's the asshole for heckling a fan and just being rude and not being a professional. But it's like, no, fuck that. If you're going to pull up on me in the street and just start talking crazy shit, you can't get mad if I start talking crazy shit back to you. That's just the way it works. Nobody's getting physical, but we're saying words. If you call me a bitch, you can't get mad at whatever I call you back. That's just the way it works. That's just the way it works. And I just thought it was crazy because it's always been a thing in sports where people just think it's okay to send death threats and send the worst possible wishes to somebody because they don't fulfill the parlay. And it's fucking insane. You guys are some fucking losers. You guys are some losers. If you're really that upset, maybe make a better financial decision instead of betting all of the money you have, or money you shouldn't be betting because you can't afford to do it. And that's okay that you can't. Just be aware of it. Don't do that and then get mad at somebody else. That's just not the way it works. You should know by now, if you're betting money, you're sports betting, it's an 80% chance that you just donated money to the platform that you bet on, because you're not going to win majority of the time. That's just the way it goes. And as a sports bettor, it is your responsibility and your job to understand that and not get mad at the fact that you lost because you decided that you wanted to spend your whole paycheck to donate to Underdog. It doesn't make sense. Got me sipping juice, man. I'm losing my voice and shit, bruh. As a sports fan, it makes me mad to see, because I think like the best part of sports is the fan bases and the fandom, and you know, just seeing the vibes around the sports. Yes, the sports are fun to watch, but you have to admit that seeing a game where an arena or a team has a crazy fan base is much better than seeing a team that doesn't. If you saw, I hated the Warriors, but if you saw the Warriors in Oracle in that little dynasty run they had, it was insane. I went to one of those games and it was the loudest shit I've ever been to. It was crazy. But sports betting kind of takes away a lot of that, because you have a bunch of losers who just want to make money. And it's like, that's okay if you know what you're doing. But if you don't know what you're doing, you have to learn what you're doing, because then you just turn into an asshole who is just unnecessarily talking shit. When it's not their fault you lost your money, it's your fault you lost your money. But that doesn't give you a reason to say you hate somebody or to wish the worst on them. Do you get what I'm saying? I guess I do sound mad, but I'm not really mad. It's just, it annoys me. I'm annoyed. It annoys me to see these loser ass motherfuckers talk crazy to athletes, because yeah, they're athletes. Yeah, they get paid to play a sport. I don't know. To me, it's just like, I've never been someone to place athletes on these pedestals. Am I a fan? Yes, I'm a fan, but I understand that they're also people. They're just really good at what they do, just like in any other job. Because if you're sports betting, that's what you're doing. You're putting them on a pedestal because you're literally betting on them. You're betting your money on them. So to do that and then have it be either, oh my God, I love this guy because he made me $20, or oh my God, I hate him because he lost me $5. It's stupid, and it's just a toxic thing. And I think athletes should be immune to fines for talking shit back. I really do, because I would like to see it. You know, if you're gonna call an athlete a bitch, I want to see what that athlete has to say to you. Yeah, I'm defending athletes. Fuck it. I think it's weird to just pull up on random people you don't know in the street and start talking shit to them, because I don't think you should ever put people on a pedestal, whether it's in a good light or a bad light, because you can't put somebody on a pedestal in a bad light. If you're thinking about somebody all the time, thinking negative things, wishing the worst on them, that's still doing the same thing as if you were doing it in a positive light. You're just doing it on the opposite end of the spectrum. It's the same thing. You're still putting them on a pedestal. You shouldn't do that at all. Just enjoy their work, be a fan, and that's it. They're people. Quit being weirdos in the street, man. I just had to talk about that. It was weird. It was weird. That guy's weird.